we've managed to get that sorted out. So, welcome everyone to F1 Singapore. Sorry, we had a bit of situation all done. We're just waiting for Casper, the McLaren driver, to join. We are just a few minutes late because of what's going on. Hopefully, he gets back in so we can get started because he's the only driver we need right now. So, Casper Cox. Ray will be rejoined. There he is. Alright, hopefully he gets his car. Alright, and we're ready to go now. Everyone's here. We've got 19 drivers here at Singapore. And let's see how this goes. Alright, so obviously yesterday we had a very interesting race. The quali had only one lap for drivers to get a lap in, and that went to Liam, who was reserving. But unfortunately he crashed, had a bit of an incident during the race with Vatuka, so he did not get points. Jet, who raced again in F1 in the Aston Martin today, he won that race by 15 seconds nearly. As we've got Neze on F2 reserve in the Alpine. We had a bit of situation there because he was in the Mercedes, but Loki decided to race. That's why we had a bit of a situation because we had to try to get rid of him. Alright, so let's see how this race. As we just wait for Josh and Tim to pick the tyre compounds, or they're not here. And other than that, we really hope the race. Alright, so just wait for these two. Alright, it's started, and let's see how this qualifying will be. Because, oh god. Yeah, if he's not noticed, Watini was not doing commentary. Oh, it's raining! It might be a wet quali. Well, please don't say it's a full wet race, man. It's actually wet already. Oh, apparently it might be a full wet race here at Singapore. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, so apparently the rain might die off half an hour into the race. But apparently we might have, I think probably wet, it looks like it will be a wet start, so oh wow, the rain is so heavy as Barzoli is the first car out on track, and you can tell he's going very light on throttle. Oh wow, this is okay. So this qualifying is going to be entertaining to say the least because everyone's going to be on the edge. Oh my word! And oh, so everyone's going to be trying to be picking wet setups. I feel like for the start. The major star during wet was where is he right now? It's Jet, who obviously won the race in mixed conditions. But we'll have to see how this race plays out today, as we've got 90. Oh, Casper nearly spins out coming out of the pits. That shows how deadly the conditions are here today. As Cameron Dowds is not racing today, and it is debating that he might not race for the next two races. I won't say the reason why, but it might be a season retirement for the champion, so that could actually open the door for cones if he can win these last 3 rounds. But we'll have to wait and see, as Cones is really good around in the wet. He has the world record at certain tracks in the wet in France, with a legit one. Barzoli will start the first lap of the session here, but it's going to be a treacherous one to say the least here. As Barzoli will start the lap off in the Haas. No, this is so not going to end well. And there's a Ferrari coming out of the pits, and that is Stinos, keeps out the way, and Barzoli has a clean line here. But look how the car flickers as he's trying to accelerate. The times are going to be all over the place, I feel like, for qualifying. On to the first DRS section, but no DRS, remember now, in the wet. And he's now got a car ahead of him. I think that is Loki, Cheese, or Sniper. It's one of the Mercedes, is all I know. Barzoli gets purple since he's the first car. Oh, what a moment by Barzoli. Nearly loses the car completely. As that's how treacherous it is in this qualifying. He's skidding all over the spot. Oh, this race is gonna be something else, I feel like. If it dries up as quickly as there, he's been validated. Unfortunately, he's went too far over the curbing. And I'm going to jump on board the next car behind, which is Ken. Ken unfortunately disconnected from a P3 at Saudi Arabia, and that's when Jet somehow stole a podium. Ken's going to be looking for revenge today. Maybe even a win today without Cameron here. Because he's got his biggest opponent is obviously Cones, obviously after a thrilling battle last week. As, oh my, even Ken's struggling for tyre grip coming out of the corners here. This is going to be something here. Like, the lap times, I feel like, are going to be all over the place at the end of this. But if Ken keeps his clean, he could be the first track guy on to make a good lap here. As you can tell how delicate he's been on the throttle here. And the braking also, as Ken is coming round Sector 3 now. He's just got a few more corners to go to set the first lap. And the next car will be Liam, his teammate, right behind him. I'll jump on board him straight after this. As Ken's going to come round the last corner. And he comes to finish his first lap of the session. And it's going to be a 154 to 8. What is Liam going to do? Is he going to bury his teammate here in the wet? Goes out the corner, 55-1. Next car, I think it's a Williams of Pitmax. Comes to the line, P3, 56 flat. Next car, F1 takes pole by half a tenth, sorry. And Ortiz goes even faster. Next car, I feel like that's Nisley, the reserve, into P2. Next car, it's an AlphaTauri of Josh Unknown, or SEO Josh, P6 for him. It's a Red Bull next, and I feel like that, yeah, it is Axa. Can Axa do anything here in the wet? He comes to the line, the 55-8 for Axa. Next car is Kappa Cups in the McLaren, the only one today, unfortunately, with his teammate having been out and could not race. Kasper Kops comes to the final corner now. Lot of curbing there. Calm exit. Comes the line to 58 flat. So that might be this warm-up lap. Banshee. Well, that's, as long as he doesn't do that in the race, that's fine. Does that in the race, he is going to be absolutely ridiculed. Next car, Loki is invalidated. Sniper's keeping the clean, but who was that? Was that Patino in the Red Bull? Yeah, Patino in the Red Bull with Wage now. He's backed out of his lap. I think he caught up to Watino too quickly. Oh, Watino spins! And he's not out somehow. And Wage was P10 and Watino was P11. Next call. And Corns comes out of nowhere to smash it by 2 tenths. Next car is Stinos in the Ferrari now. What can he do here? Can he get anywhere near the top times here as he comes to the last corner? The P10 for Stinos. And that next car is Loki, not a Sniper. It goes into P7, sorry, I missed that. Ken goes P5, Liam comes to the line, can't improve his time, 5 tenths down. FRM, he's 5 tenths up here, comes to the line and goes on the pole by 3, nearly 2.5 tenths. As the rain's getting lighter, I feel like, and Taze is P3. So the times are toppling down now. Pitmax is invalidated. So he goes to the pits. Wage John's invalidated also. I'm trying to think who's going to cross the line. Axa, that's the car, I think. Axa's coming to the line now. It's his second lap. He's going to go into the pits at the end of this lap, it looks like. And a 55.2 P7 for Axa in the Red Bull. Next car is Cabacops. He's the next car coming across the line. He's nearly 2 seconds quicker here. So he'll be in the 56s. Can he get into the top 10 maybe here? Comes on the last corner and validates the final corner. And ooh, nearly loses the car also. And next car is going to be Jet, the guy who won F2 race yesterday. What can he do against the F1 drivers today? He's just got the final few corners to go. Takes a lot of curving there, comes round the final corner, and he goes P8. That's a really solid result by Jacob here in the Aston Martin. Next car I feel like is Wagenot, who needs to go for another lap because he's invalidated. Next car is Barzoli. No, not Barzoli. Oh, who's that? That's Martino. Still got no front wing. That's Coles actually. Coles comes across the line, and it's 4 seconds slower. Who's next car? It's going to be Stinos in the Ferrari. He's going for another lap. How much time has he gained here? Into the 55s and P10. As that's Ken pitting. Sniper's pitting. Is Liam going for a lap? Liam's going for another lap, it looks like. Final corner now. What can he do? He goes P4, Liam. So he's picking up his pace now, and the track I feel like is getting a little less rain now. As speaking of that, Taz now is in the 53s. So I feel like the track is getting quicker. And Coutinho's... Oh, for Pete's sake, Coutinho. Well, Coutinho's just got disqualified. Nice, Wendy. So he is starting last. My word. Oh, wow. I'm not shocked at anything that he's managed that. But next car is Cabot Cups. Alright, so Kabakos is invalidated. Jets, the next car he's invalidated. Fancy on an outlap. Just good to see how this plays out now, obviously. So the track, I feel like, is getting slightly quicker. And obviously, guys are finding more pace. As Taz now has pole position, but the time has changed so many already. I believe Valzoli should... No realize that Josh is an outlet. The car behind them. Oh no, I'm stupid. I don't know why I just had Josh as the only AlphaTauri. I'm stupid. Who's on a lap? Oh god, sorry, my button's completely glitched up there. Stinos is actually on another lap here. And I don't know how much time he's gained here because it doesn't show up there for me. But I feel like it's going to be a little bit slower, maybe? No, he goes P7. He's improved his time by a second nearly. So Stinos was picking up his pace now on the Ferrari. Next car is going to be Liam, but I feel like, yeah, Liam's going to be pitting his fuel lights on. I never realised I didn't put tyres on. Stupid idiot. Jet's another one who's 5 tenths up nearly here. But the cars come to the line. It's just Taz who's pitting. I think Cones and Zoli who's going to be pitting, I feel like. Yes. Next car is the Alpine of... Ooh, that's Alpine of Neze, who's doing a good result, P5, the reserve. So we might just move him up to F1. Alright, next car, I think who was just caught on by, I think that was on Jet's POV. Actually, Fanchi started his first lap. He's ahead of him, but he's invalidated, unfortunately. Tim's on an outlap, so we'll jump on board on Jacob again in P9. He's 8 tenths up here, and the Inters have come out on cones, so they think the Inters are now the right tyre to be on. Let's see if anyone else is going to follow cones onto the Inters here, because could we have it dry up maybe for a run on softs? We'll never know. As here comes Jet coming across the line and goes P4 now, 6 thousandths off cones. That's an incredible result for an F3 driver. But Inters, as cones was decided, and he's not done it. Who's just improved their time there? Oh, that's Low-Key Chiefs. First lap is in P10 now. His teammates on an outlap also. Who's coming across the line now? Stinos has probably come to the pits now because his fuel light's on. Yep. Car behind him is Ken or Liam. Yeah, it's Ken, yep. So no one else is on a lap at the moment, I feel like. Only Josh Unknown, who's currently 6 tenths up now here. So that would put him into the top 10 at this moment. Josh keeps the car going, gear revs low, taps the wall a bit and bounces off. Downshifts to 4th to make up for it, and he's just going to hold the car there and goes P10. We got a lot of drivers going on laps trying to improve. Nair says, oh, Enzo's locked up! And he's into the wall, and there goes his front wing and his lap. Oh, watch out. As Fancy's now just debating on the inters, it looks like. Axe's on an outlap. Kappa Cops is on an outlap also. Kappa Cops reaching back up a little bit now. As Axe is going to start his lap now. Cars behind him, I think that's Tim on a lap. Yeah, Tim is on a lap. Car Herman is his teammate on an outlap. So this will be Tim's first lap of the session if he can keep it clean here. And Fancy is debating the inters, it looks like, if he wants to gamble with 4 minutes to go. Tim comes around the final corner now and goes into P14 at 57.5. Next car is going to be Jet. Jet's gone for another one, as he knows he's pitted. Next car, I think, is Loki Cheeves. P11 at the moment. He's 3.5 tenths up here. Let's see what he can do. Can he get into the top 10 now? And he goes P8 for the Mercedes. Next car is going to be the Hasses, who are on outlaps, but Ken is on a full lap here. And I really hope Barzuli will get out. Oh, he's invalidated Ken. So Ken's not going to be able to do the lap this lap. Well, hopefully he will back off to create a gap between him and Barzoli, so he's got clean air ahead of him. And I don't think anyone else on the lap has just gone for another lap, which he hasn't because he's lost 1.3 seconds. So I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to see inters coming out in the final few minutes? Because Wagenor and Fanchi are debating it looks like. Yeah, as Josh is going to pit with 3 minutes to go. So if he's lucky, he might get 1 lap left. If he's lucky enough to get in the pits in. But we'll have to wait and see. Who's that coming? Is that Ken's just about to start a lap? Or was that Liam? Liam's an outlap on all wets. I think they're starting to save wets for the race. As we jump aboard of Cones is going full throttle. This will be his final few laps on the wets. Can he get pole position from Taz? He's got 6 tenths to find here, the Haas driver, and he's got a bit of a train form behind him. But I feel like the track is now inters. Because the track looks really dry, but obviously that just my viewpoint. These Cones is just navigating his way through the track. Obviously there's no more time to get back to the pit, so this is the tyre they'll be setting their quality laps on. The only ones who can really do it is Josh and Fancy if he debates to go out right now, but he has no time. And Fancy has done it. He's gone out and inters. Is it going to work out for him? His Cones now goes nearly 7 tenths quicker here in Sector 2. Are we going to see another change on the pole position for the time being? Takes it clean, keeps it clean. The Portuguese driver keeps it clean in Sector 3 here. Under the grandstands we go now. Is Cones with a snatchback pole position. Oh, a bit of a half spin there. As he's just sliding his Haas through the Singapore circuit wet. Now he's just got the final corner of the goal. This might be Cones has got 1 more lap after this. And Cones comes to the line as Capacos retires at the bit and takes pole by 4 tenths. Next car is his teammate Barzoli. Jumps to P3. What a turnaround. Ken bumps to P6. That's that's Stinos. And he does not improve. He improves to P11, I mean. Next car is Neze on an outlap. Now, this is where the times are going to come toppling down. Liam's down by 10.5. Can he improve anything in this final sector? Comes to the line. Nope, he stays P7. Next car coming across the line. I think that is... Yes, it is Taz, but he's been validated. So he's going to go for 1 more run. That's all he'll have time for. Jet's on the outlap behind. Oh, it's just going to lose my voice. Everyone's now racing out lines as Wagenor and Fancy have risked it. I've risked it on the inter tyres. Oh, well, this is going to be interesting to see. If they get pulled, that is a massive stroke by them. Mr. Pitbox comes to the line, P14 still, and FRM jumps to P2 with the Ferrari. He's 1,000 ahead of Taz. Next car that comes to the line is Tim. He's invalidated, and it's unfortunate it would have been improvement by a second nearly from. Mercedes drivers are next. Sniper leading the charge. Comes to the final corner now. He will have one more lap as Josh retires. He's crashed out. And that's it. Sniper's P13. Loki has abandoned his lap and will stop P10. But now, I've just caught that. But it's only spun out. He's lost the car and is unfortunate, and hopefully he's not going to hinder anyone's laps here. Maybe because his teammate's right behind him on a lap. Oh no, he's the back that he's run out of fuel. So that's the only ones who can even challenge are FRM, Tav, Bozzoli, unless the Inter tyres have come into their elements. And they actually may have come into the element. Can Wageshaw and Fanchi steal anything for going for this gamble? As Wageshaw's 3 seconds quicker here. Wageshaw could take pole position here. He's just got to get the car ahead of him, which is Jet. Jet reads and Jet moves out of the way. Wageshaw is flying here on these Inters. He's waiting for the right time and he might be able to profit from this. Coach with tyres in the pits. Bozzoni crosses the line. Next, Wageshaw is absolutely flying. He's just got final sector to go. What is he going to do here? Can he snatch pole from Cones here? Comes across the line, and Wageshaw does take pole! And what is Fanchi going to do? Is he going to get anywhere near the pace of Wageshaw? This qualifying is, remember, the race is wet also. Fanchi comes to the line, can he snatch it? No, he can't, but it's a front row for the Inter tyres. A massive gamble by these two, but it's worked out for them. Wageshaw P1, Fanchi P2. Oh, what a quali! What a way to end the quali! As we're just waiting for the guys to get to the pit lane. Oh wow! But what a lap by Wagenhoff! His bad luck might be turning now after a stellar lap and gamble today. Oh, what a laugh. But thankfully, I think they're just waiting for Pitmax to get to the pits, and then we are ready to go racing here at Singapore. Alright, so now that's going to shake up the grid completely. What is going to happen at the start? Because I bet it is going to rain at the start, remember, and it might be heavy rain also, but it might dry up half an hour is what they're saying. So Wageshaw takes his first pole position here in F1 with Fanchi on the front row beside him. Then Cones, FRM, Taz, Bozzoli, Ken, Jet, Stinos and Leo in the top 10. And then Nazi, Axa, Loki, Josh, Sniper, Pitmax, Tim, Cabicus and Moutinho. I remember it will be a wet tyre start, I feel like, or Inters. But let's just see how this goes. Alright, so if everyone's watching, who do you think is going to be on the podium today? Because I feel like this could be Wageshaw won his last race at Spain in the wet. After Cones had a bit of a mistake, but Wageshaw has been brilliant in the wet conditions here. So I've got to see how it goes. And he is the lead car, remember, so that will be a big definite factor also. We're just waiting for everyone to pick their fuel and tyre strategies, so that's going to be the big key here. I think the big key is here. Who is going to get the right tyres and the right strategies? We're just waiting for everyone to pick their tyres, and there's the timer, so half the drivers have picked their tyres, and as it looks like, I feel like it might be an intermediate start. So that's... yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Cameron. Literally, I don't know if he's retiring for the end of the season. or he's going to race the next two races. I do not know at the moment. All he said is that he's not racing today, as it is an intermediate start. So I'm going to quickly get the tyres up because I'm curious. Yes, everyone will have fresh inters. So Wijnor managed that gamble, and obviously he's going to be on pole position. But Fancy also follow along. And let's see how many cars are under field today. Fancy's one, Jet's another. Axe's another. Another for Josh. And Kappa Cup. So about 5 drivers have under fuel for today's race. Well, we're gonna have to see how this plays out because turn 1 literally is gonna be 2017 all over again, isn't it? Oh, I really hope not. I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute. I'm just gonna eat something. Okay, I'm back. But the big key factor here is getting these inters warmed up and ready for a start. You do not want to start on cold inters. Especially at a track like this where the start is everything. Because yesterday, F2, Ferret took the lead after... who was it who had pole position? Who was it who got pole position? I can't remember who had pole position in yesterday's race. Oh, Liam. Yeah, I remember Liam... mistimed his acceleration. Ferret took the lead in turn 1, but that was in the dry. But now the question is, how is the wet conditions going to work out here? As the cars are lined up to the grid now, hopefully all their tyres are warmed up and ready to go. Because this is going to be the bull turn 1 here at Singapore in the inter conditions. As we're waiting, the last car with Tino has just been taken over by the eye. Wage at the grid, so that might actually hinder a little bit. But the major one is Coles needs to win to keep this was Coles Cameron not here. He needs to win this. As you've got one from PC2, he was P2 and he jumped it just like Ferret yesterday. So I have to wait and see. Last car on the grid is Coutinho, as there's all the cars, and there the lights coming on. 4 lights, 5 lights. And who's going to lead in the turn 1 here at Singapore? And it's gold, and the lights out, and Waitrose going to hold the mission. Court is going to absolutely stellar start. He might take the lead here. And Court is going to dive, and Waitrose trying to defend it. And he, there's Bozzoli in the background. But Court was an absolute mega start. Can't jumps. Fancy, but he can't jump Waitrose, who takes the lead in the turn 1. And now leads away as Loki and Nathan looks like they're as low as a side by 3 wide. A 3 wide in the inter conditions. And literally, as it's going to be battling still, as Axel looks for a move, he's going to make a 3 wide in the background. How are these guys still doing this? And further ahead, Stinos and Jet side by side for P7. But as they managed to keep them unscathed completely. Naze is holding off. He's only in contact. He makes a contact. He's going to lose the mission to Axel, I feel like. And now, unfortunately, Liam tried to make a move in Naze, but lost the contact. And we've already on lap 1, and all that's happened already. Loki's all over the rear diffuser of Stinos now. Naze looks for the gap. He's opened up. Loki went a bit wide then. Naze is side by side. And Loki's going to have the better traction and just going to hold it off. And Naze is trying to go for a gap, and Loki's just going to squeeze him here. Oh, Loki, no. He let contact and Naze is through. This is already on lap 1. And meanwhile, Codes is just trying to keep it to Wijnor, who's got Fancy all over him, and Taz. As Wijnor is now starting to pull away More and more. He's up to a second already onto lap 2. And all that's done as we head to lap 2 now. Oh, we got a huge moment coming out the last corner. But they'll see the battles are not going to end because the track, as you can tell, has got a very light rain. This could be dry very soon if the rain's this light. But we'll have to wait and see how this goes. Oh, I can't believe all that happened in lap 1. But the big battles were Loki, Nazer, Axa and Liam all for position here. Further ahead, Jet and Stinos were side by side. Jet shut the door on Stinos and Jet's jetted away now. Well, hey, I just realised my pun. Oh, God's sake. But look at Taz, he is hogging the rear diffuser of the Aston Martin ahead of him. I feel like Taz might be the fastest car right now, but he just can't get the pace pull down. And Borzoli and Pitmax are side by side, and Pitmax gets into P18. As Borzoli, whoa, has to brake a little bit. He's got to hit the wall. And the first penalty is in lap 2. That's not a good sign. But FRM is catching up to these guys because Taz is getting held up by Fanchi, and this is allowing everyone else to catch up. Ken, Jet, Stinos, all of them are catching up. Oh, but the Cones is starting to catch back up to Wagenor now. Wagenor is just happily keeping his car in place as Cones is just trying to fight and keep up to him. As we're going to start at lap 3 here, and Wagenor still leads the Singapore Grand Prix, but what a start, I'll add, from Cones, from P3 to nearly taking the lead there. That was an incredible start by Cones here. Now I hope no one loses the car at this corner, because this corner is deadly in the rain. Especially if it hits that curb in, and Wagenor keeps it clean this time. As Cones is now nearly a tenth off. FRM is 4 tenths quicker than anyone ahead of him. So FRM is now fastest car on track. And we're only into lap 3 now, so the additions are going to be mixing up everywhere, I feel like. But the big difference is, like, as Kabakos and Josh and no one are going there. Side by side, Kabakos has gone for a move on Josh, it looks like. Josh is now going to the inside line, but he's going to lose contact. Josh has moved back to the racing line. Is that going to benefit Sniper? As we were saying, the softs will die up, but you've got to remember we're on the intermediates at the moment. I feel like everyone will go on the mediums at most. But tyre compound. Nothing else is going on at the moment, thankfully. All the cars have calmed down and keeping in their trains. But Fancy's now starting to lose touch on Cones, as now Wagenor has joined the penalty brigade. Okay, yeah. But I thought so. I thought you meant Inters. But the big question is now, is Wagenor's pace going to be enough, even with that penalty? Oh, Taz, better back, Taz is going to move on Fancy. Fancy's got the inside line, they're going to be side by side into the next corner. Fancy has the inside, Taz on the outside. How is this going to go? Oh, Fancy's outbroke himself, and Taz calmly takes it back, and Fancy's into the wall. And he's going to keep it going, he's going to drop to P9 from P2. From P3, sorry. And Taz went for a little bit of a lunge, it looks like, at the hairpin. And it's made it work, kept them side by side, and I think Fancy may have only got a little bit of damage from that. But now he's released to go off the Cones, who's now losing touch to Wagenor. It's now over a second. Wagenor, even that time penalty, is starting to extend his gap, and he's now going even faster. The track is definitely drying up. And now Fancy's now joined in the penalties. So there, Fancy looks like he didn't get any damage, thankfully. As that, oh, here we go. We're only in lap 4. We've got 4 drivers down. Yeah, if he had just managed all the brakes there, he would have managed to do a great overtake on the outside. But I think Taz read him and has braked early. But the good question is when are the mediums going to start coming out? Because mediums are hard. Because the track is the rain's getting light now, and the track's going to start drying up soon. So I feel like maybe lap 10. Oh, it's Loki and Fancy are battling side by side, it looks like. And here we go, Loki's got the inside. Is he going to make a move? And Fancy squeezes him off, but he gives enough room to Fancy to fight back for the inside. And Loki, he just keeps it going. But look at Axa. As the Fancy and Loki are going to go side by side here. And this is an incredible race by these two. And Loki's just going to do it, I feel like. Yes, he does. And there goes Axel. He's clinging onto the gap there. Like an open up. And Axel's going to go for an outside move here. And Loki just gives a little squeeze to make sure he's not getting in that gap. But they're losing a lot of time to the cars ahead now. As further ahead, it looks like everyone's gaps are starting to stabilise just a bit more now. Cones is not able to get it within 1 second of Wage now. Completely for a lap now, it looks like. Same with Taz, he's struggling to keep up. So we'll have to wait and see how these tyres are lasting, obviously, and when. As we're getting Fancy compared to Ricardo for his moves. As Wage now goes faster, even Cones goes fast. That is proven the inters, it won't be long before the inters are coming off. We've gone 3 seconds quicker in the last 2 laps now. So the inters are definitely going to be out of play soon. And the cars are struggling as yellow flag. That's Fancy spun out on the start finish line. And I think he's hit the curb and into the wall and does not DNF somehow. But he's going to be down into last position now. With no front wing, and has to do a full lap with no front wing. So he might be even a lap down. Hopefully he'll continue because you never know what's going to happen here at Singapore. But Wager still leads the way on lap 5 here on Cones. And Taz is just not able to keep up to these guys. He's fastest car on track, but he can't keep touch to these guys still. But the good question is, as the rain you can see is getting very, very light. So, and the track, you can see a dry line starting to emerge already. So this is going to be the big key moment is when the guys stop pitting for the soft compound tyres. I meant dry tyres, sorry. Now obviously this is when people are going to start having to use the Ero Ps because this is the key moments in the race. Taz is going even faster apparently now. We'll have to wait and see how the pie strategy is going to go. Is anyone going to gamble early? Because Jet did that in the Inters yesterday, and he managed to win it by 15 seconds because of that gamble. Is anyone else going to do it? As Fancy, unfortunately, obviously can't do anything with no front wing. Fortunately, he should be able to get back to the pits and keep on the lead lap, and never know a safety car could come out or something. Rachel still leads as we head on to lap 6, and the rain is gone already. We have got no rain on track at all. Now, it's just waiting for the track to dry up now. And how long will that take? Is anyone going to gamble now? Because this is when Jeff is going to start explaining his strategy soon to these drivers. I remember Jeff will not be in the next game, obviously. Because it's going to be a new driver. It's actually a driver from a McLaren mechanic who will be in the game. Nothing much else. F1 has dropped off the pace. He was fastest car on track 3 laps ago. But unfortunately, he's got up to only 2 seconds behind the top 3. As now Fancy speeds in the pits. I really hope he's not unfortunately. Unfortunately, Fancy retires after starting in P2 today. But Widgeon on the front row from pole still leads here. But look how dry the track is now. That's just my POV, but the drivers think they might be wet enough still. But this is going to be where all the strategies are going to be in place, and who's going to get it right is going to be the major point here. And the question is, what tyres is everyone going to go on? Are we going to see mediums? Are we going to see a 2-stop? Are we going to see a 1-stop from hards to the end of the race? This is the big key thing here, because everyone's going to be thinking different things of how the strategy is going to finish this race off with. And I feel like most drivers will be going for hard to the end of the race. Unless a safety car comes out, that will change the strategy. Now, we're on to lap 7 now. The rain is very light still. The track, there's no rain at all. It's just a spray on the track. Now, no one's pitting in the top 3. Anyone else further back? No one's pitting yet, so they don't think the track's dry enough, which I completely understand because this game is broken, you can't tell sometimes. But we are on to lap 7 now. Wayshaw still leads the way in the Alpine. He's making Fernando Alonso happy as Coens is just struggling and just trying to bite at his heel as Sniper joins the penalty spot. He's not one to normally get a penalty. As Fancy leaves the session, unfortunately, no points for the Aston Martin today. And unfortunately, it's now up to Jet, the reserve from F3, to lead the charge here in P6. Right, so not much else has happened. We've had a few battles already in the start of this race from lap 1. Most of them have calmed down now, the tyres. Now, it's going to be the question is, when do the drivers feel like the pit stops are going to start coming? Someone in the comments said about 3 or 4 laps, so they think around lap 10 is when these guys are going to start pitting. But I feel like it might be even this lap, as the yellow flag is Balzoli in the ass again. He's managed to keep it going, it looks like. I know for me, he must have spun out himself. But now the gaps are starting to slip as FRM is slowly getting shown more now than that Ferrari. Yellow flag Balzoli again, it looks like, and he's out of the session. And that's a safety car. Now, what is everyone going to do here? Are they going to pit to go to the end, or are they going to go for a 2-stop? This is now the moment everyone's going to pick something right now. Wagenor is the car ahead, and he has to make a decision. Inter's all going. He is not going to pit. Coles is not pit. Taz is not pit. FRM looks to be, but he wasn't. As no one's going to pit, looks like. Wow. So if anyone pits a soft for a dry compound now. Oh, it's like Loki pit the last second just before the line along with AXA. Is this going to help Loki and AXA? And everyone else... Oh my word. Is this going to change the race? Because only the guys outside of the 9th... Oh my... This could actually just change the race completely. And AXA's jumped Loki. Because he got held in the pit stop, so AXA's ahead of Loki from the pit stop window. That's huge for AXA now. Oh, that is... Why is Cavacop's gone and... Oh, for Pete's sake. But now, look at the track now. It's wet still for spray. But the question is, are these tyres going to be warmed up enough for the start of the race? After the safety car. But the big key thing here, everyone outside the top 10 is now on dry tyres. And now if anyone else pits ahead, they might lose positions. The major ones are the top 3 might not be in the same place, but that depends if they are going to pit this lap. I can tell Wagener wants the safety car to speed up. Because I'm just gonna quickly munch on something, so give me 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, so the big question is, Massiak says that the tyres are it's not dry enough for dries yet, but you got to think about it, the safety car could change this. And as you said, Massiak, no one's pitting. Oh no, Taz! That was not that get reported. Taz has just crossed the white line. I saw that. And Taz is the only one in the top 9 who's going to actually pit. Oh no, Nazia pits also. So but it looks like they're going to keep their position. And Taz is gone for mediums for the end of the race. So let's see how this works out, because this is I'm debating how this tracks, but I feel like we're going to have one more lap of safety car. And so this will give these Inters drivers one last chance to pit. And the big question is, are they going to, or they will stay out on Inters for a few more laps? because Singapore is a track which dries up very quickly, and Pitmaster unfortunately said he has to retire because he has a bit of a problem going on with his PlayStation, so he cannot keep racing. So unfortunately, he has to retire from the session. As oh no, I stand corrected. Pitmax is the other one. Tim is the one I mean. Pitmax has just crashed out on the start-finish straight. Oh, I got. Oh, wow. Wow. Alright, didn't expect that, but okay. But now, I feel like this is in the heavy crossover period now. What is going to happen here? Is any of these guys going to pick? Because we'll probably have one more lap of safety car. No, yeah, I don't know who that was. I feel like it was Pitmax who was the one who just crashed out. Look at the spray. The safety car is producing spray still, so the track is still damp, it looks like. But the question is, are the drives behind going to be quick enough? And is the safety car going to be out long enough to trigger anything? This is the last time these guys are going to have a choice to pit and not lose a huge amount of time. Are they going to pit or will they stay out on the inters to push the stint? Because the track doesn't look too dry at the moment. But it might dry up later and none of them are going to pit. So yes, these guys on the inters are all going to stay. And Taz was debating to go there in the pits with his AI. But now we're going to see as the start will happen. Oh, Taz just nearly loses it there. That's proven the dries are going to be a bit of a struggle for the start. And Loki has nailed it. Alright, I'm just going to... I'll say anything. Okay. Cabacop's pit. Oh, hello! Well, no, Cabacop's pit for soft, so that's fair. So he might be going for the mediums out to the end. Alright. Oh, and Sniper also is going to do the same, it looks like. As Nasa has a front wing change. Oh, now we got that damage. Oh, hello, Cabacox has gone. I didn't realize I completely missed Sniper there. Thank you for pointing that out, Massey. I was wondering why he was at the bottom there. And Massey and Cabacox has gone back out on inters. So, but the question is, I don't know if they said more rain was due. Yeah, yeah, as Massey's pointing out, the dries are not the tyre at the moment. So I feel like Taz is going to have a huge challenge keeping up to these guys on the mediums. Because the track doesn't look dry, doesn't look wet, but in certain parts of the track, it's very wet still. That's like this onto it, but Cabacox is going to be the big key here. What can he do? Restart on an Inters in P15. Oh, well, that's going to be the big key here, is obviously how the tyres and how warm the tyres are going to be for the start. The safety car is going to be in this lap no matter what, as there's the let us know, but it has to be in regardless. We've had 3 laps of safety car. Sniper is going to be in a huge amount of trouble if he cannot catch up to the pack. He's only in sector 2. And he's getting held to a delta. So Sniper may have spun out and he's going to lose a huge amount of time here. As the safety car is starting to come in, Wagner will lead these guys yet again here. He's led every lap so far. But I feel like Naze and Capricorns also. So this is going to be how the start's going to be. Is the Inter's going to be that quicker from the start here? The safety car is just approaching the pit box now. Wagner still leads them. And he hasn't gone yet. He's still waiting. And he's going to go to the final corner, but oh, a huge vomit! Waker spins! The leader spins out the restart! Incredible! And he's given 10 seconds for some reason! And I can't believe that! Waverstar's gone from pole position and leading all the way down to P15. Court is now the new leader here at Singapore. I am heartbroken for Wagner. Oh my word. Oh, what a way to lose that. But Taz, as I've pointed out, he's struggling to keep up to Batilio. And look at the gap the Inters have got already. They've got 6 seconds on the furthest medium runner. And that's the other Alpine. No, that's the Williams, sorry. The colours, as Tim has no front wing. As Mastiak has correctly predicted, the dries are not ready yet. So these guys are going to have to struggle on until the crossover period. Coles has now got a healthy gap and is just trying to extend it before he pits, probably for dries later. But I can't believe that was weird, you know. Oh my word. But hopefully he keeps going. A Jet is, oh whoa, what the hell, I'm the Jet. Just noticed that. Yeah, Jet's Jet's racing again in F1. It's Axel and Liam going side by side. Liam gets around him. But remember, Liam is on soft. Nearly into the rear of Josh. And there's Kabakox. That's how better the grip is. He started 15 from restart. And it's already into P10. The Inters are still the better tyre by 4. Taz has now got the 3 seconds. As he's losing even more time. And FRM and Kent has F1 pits. Is he going for soft tyres now? And Watilio also pits, so the crossover period's going up. Wainshaw's crashed out! Is that going to trigger anything? And no, it wouldn't. Would have triggered something by now, so I don't think it is. Axel gets 3 seconds. Oh, well, it's absolute pits galore now. Now, only Ken, Stinos, and Coens have not pitted. It looks like the dries are starting to come out. And it looks like Taz might have some grip now. He's got a healthy 6-second gap to Liam behind him. Naza and Axel are fighting back to back. And they've got Josh ahead. The major key is when DRS gets activated, it's going to be the huge milestone for these guys. Coles leads by nearly 3 seconds now. Ken's just not able to keep up to Coles' wet pace here. And the question is, when DRS is activated, what tyres is everyone going to be picking now? Ooh, as Cole just starting to slide around now on these Inters. And look at Taz's gap. Taz has cut the gap by 6 tenths already. I feel like the mediums, it's now dry tyres. Because Taz is flying now. And yeah, I definitely feel like these top 3 have to be pitting now. As Cole still leads, but Taz could lead when the pit stops ahead, but he's now getting nearly 2 seconds here. So Taz has managed to keep his tyres warm and keep it going into P4 at the moment, and he will lead when these guys ahead have to pit. Coles has to pit if he's got any advantage here. And he's... Oh, no, Coles, he can't! Coles missed the pit lane! I can't... Coles has just missed the pit lane completely! And DRS is enabled! Coles has to go another lap now on Inters. And Taz takes P2. Coles thankfully did not cross the white line. As Liam's now fastest car on track. Oh my word. But now Ken and Stinos come out in P7 and 8. They have lost a huge amount of positions. As now Jet's now fastest car on track. Well, that won't be long because I feel like Taz is going to absolutely demolish this. But Coens is going to lose a huge amount of time here. It may be wet in certain parts of the track, but overall the dries are nearly a second quicker now. Wow. I can't believe Coles missed the pit entry completely. He must have locked up his tyres and had to go around again. Oh, what? But this is going to shake the order, because the order is now going to be Taz, Liam, and then Josh Unknown. But that rain has shook the race up completely. So who is going to be on the podium? Who is going to be winning here today? And that's Tim, who's retired in the pits. But look at Cold. Cold is losing second after second as there's Taz already. As Taz is going to take the lead. And literally, Cold is going to have a huge fight back to get back into this race. And he's going to make the pit lane. Oh, no, Cold. Taz now, fastest contract, and now leads the Singapore Grand Prix. With Liam in P2, and Josh with Nizit right behind him for P3. This is now fastest car on track here, and Axe is going to be under attack now from FRM. The Ferrari's going to... Is he going to have a look on the inside? He thought about it, but backed out last second. Cold is going to be dropping all the way down to P11. Maybe even P12. Yes, it is P12. Cold's going to have a huge fight back now. And Martino gets a penalty as we're going to stick on the FRM. He's the car who's going to be attacking here for P5 now. Goes to the inside line and takes the position of Axa. The new mediums are much quicker than Axa's hards. And he should be able to catch the guys ahead because they are still battling. There's it all over Josh's rear diffuser. But the big beneficiary is Taz, obviously. No, that's not penalties, position change. Taz started in P5, now leads the Singapore Grand Prix. Liam started P10 and now into P2. Josh Unknown's up for 11 position from P14. Well, it's a great race. Naze is up 7. Axe is up 6. Loki's up 6. Wati is up 8. But I don't... This is not going to be over yet. It's Singapore, so anything can happen here today. It's weird, I did report that he spun out because the AI auto-accelerated him coming out of the restart, so that unfortunately completely screwed up his restart, which this game is so broken. We'll really hope this is all fixed for the next game. Taz goes even faster now, so this is proving his pace when he's got clean air and is absolutely blitzing away from everyone behind. Liam Cross could be on for his first F1 podium here today. And FRM obviously is catching up to these two ahead because he's going faster and faster in the Ferrari. As Josh is trying to hold off Nazer, but he's just trying to keep up to the Welshman. Nazer obviously is the F2 reserve, but he's shown his pace handsomely here yet again today. We're halfway within this race and we've had so much action already. As there was Ken goes for a move on the outside of Loki. What a move by Ken! And he's now got to deal with Jet and Stinos behind now, Loki. As there's Axa is a sitting duck on these hards now. He picked the hard tyres go to the end, but everyone else went for a softer medium. Him and Loki are going to be literally shook by everyone today. Especially the stints and how quick the mediums are around this street circuit. Nazer still can't get past Josh Unknown, and Loki had a bit of a moment on exit there. Is that going to make Jet make a move? Jet's going to the outside of Loki. It's Brit versus Brit. And Jet's going to go around the outside, and Stinos might actually follow along. And Stinos is going to do it. What a move. And Loki's going to lose 2 positions in 1 sector. The Hearts completely are struggling here today in these conditions, but the rain is obviously just a bit coming up and it looks like it will be dry to the end. Liam's now taking fastest back yet again. That Naze stamps it back and FRM now it's going to be nearly DRS now. He's absolutely flying the Ferrari man. And further back it looks like Stinos is looking for a move and Jet thinks about it but backs out last second. Cole's out fastest car track, but P12 is not where he wants to be. As there goes Stinos, Jet at the moment there looks like, and Stinos takes into P8. But is Jet going to come back with DRS? As further ahead, Ken's looking for a move on Axa. And he goes to the inside, and Ken's going to take it into P6 now. He's now after FRM for the podium here. And further back, Stinos is held off Jet. Cold gets past Martino on the side by side. Loki goes up, Martino goes off track and backs out and gives the position back. But he looks for a dive and Cohen's into P11 now. Oh, there's loads of battles brewed up, because look at this battle for P3 and the battle for P6 now, because Axel's going to be under attack by all the medium stints behind him. Naze, is he going to look for a late break on the brakes? Oh, he hit the back of Josh! Naze into the rear diffuser of Josh there. Thankfully, he backed out of the move to let Josh take the position still. But FRM is now just right behind these guys. As the wet is just on the visor from the little drips that are coming on, it looks like. But Lord, Naze! Huge one for Naze, and FRM has to take the curbing. And that's lose DRS now. Josh has got a bit of a breath. Now he can calm his breathing down. Breathing. Jesus Christ, I can't speak English. Oh, I bloody can't talk tonight. Ken's now fastest contract. The fastest lap has gone between everyone so far. Is Colton's going to beat it here? Yes, he does. He's into the 40.7s. But now the big question is FRMs are all over Naze, who does not have DRS now. And Josh is catching up to Liam slightly. FRM to the outside of Naze. And Naze is going to lose position. FRM into P4 now. It's now going to be after Josh again. Oh, I'm only on lap 17 and my throat kills already. Taz still leads and he's now dominated his lead to 10 seconds now over Liam. He's on fire today. Liam is just trying to keep up as Josh is catching him up every lap, it looks like also. So this podium might not be sealed for Liam. He has to fight for it, looks like, to the end. As Josh is catching faster. Capricox has now gone fastest on track. And obviously this could be going down the air because Josh is still reeling Liam. I want to see as Josh goes for a move on the outside of Lilty. What a move by the Portuguese driver into the points now. He's absolutely in recovery mode here today. Let's see what he can do as FRM is now into DRS of Josh now. He's now fastest car on track, but he has no ERS though. But he has the powerful DRS to train him along behind Josh. Naze is dropped off to these guys and might be under attack by Ken as low as it's a 40 flat. Corns is absolutely flying right now. As we start lap 18 now. Taz still leads to nearly by 11 seconds now. But Josh is now catching up to Liam, but he has to defend FRM in the Ferrari. As there goes Stidos and Axel. Axel loses another position on those hards and now into P8. Jet is right behind, and obviously the charging cones. So Axel could be on the verge of points today if this keeps up. But FRM sticks to Josh now. He's determined to get a move done. And he looks like he's backing up. He's going for a wider exit, it looks like. He's trying to get a better exit. Here he comes. Capricox goes 8 times quicker. FRM's going to the inside here. Can Josh defend it here? FRM to the inside here. And side by side, he's just going to squeeze it, but Josh is still there. A side by side in the sector 3. Contact! FRM gives the space, Josh gets the position back. But FRM is still fighting. And FRM round the outside, what a move! And this has allowed Naze to catch right back up to these two. This battle is not done for the P3. I do not, but this is just let on Ken, who's secretly still catching up. Because this could be a double Alfa Romeo podium at this rate. Liam is thankful for this battle going on behind him. He's gained a second again. Cones has now beat Casper's time. These two are, Cones is just getting faster and faster. Axe is now on the Axe got Jet all over him. It's further back. Further in front, look, Josh has got DRS, FRM's got this D rating onto the back stretch. Will that be a key factor? Yeah, but it looks like he is starting to inch away. As further back, Jet gets past Axa. Axa's down to P now on the hards. He's now got the hard charging code. He's 3 seconds behind. But that will change. Oh, Josh had a big moment there, of course. bit more an extra. That's cost him, as Cole's now gained another second because of that. As Cole's lap pace is just increasing still. Josh just can't keep to F1 it seems, even with DRS. He has no DRS already. Nazy might look for a move again here. And Nazy, is he going to lay on the brakes? Is he? He's going to the inside line here. And side by side. Oof. Josh is going to hold it off just this time. But this is just allowing Ken to sneak closer and closer to these two. In the Alfa Romeo. FRM is now 1.5 behind him. He's flying to catch up to the Alfa Romeo driver. And this is not ending. Taz is nearly 12 seconds ahead now as he starts lap 20 already. Oh my word. FRM now is fastest car on track. A 39.1 now for the Ferrari driver. Josh is near it as Ken is now sneaking closer and closer. Codes beats FRM. Oh my word. And he's catching up to Axel now. Axel's going to be in trouble now because DRS will go to Codes now. And Codes has a bit of a slide there. Looks like nothing else yet for DRS overtakes. Unless Stinos is going to go late on the brakes here. And he actually may go for the inside here. Pushes Josh off track. Keeps it going. Josh gets the back to position. Ace's going to have... Josh hits the curb and that might cost him here. Nazy goes round the outside. Now the inside into P4. But look at Kenny sneaking right behind these two now. This could be a key factor. Ken is happily probably smirking behind that visor. He's caught up to these guys who have been fighting tooth and nail all the way through. And now Ken, he might have the better ERS. Can he make a move here? Josh has DRS, but Ken has a better exit. Ken's going to the inside. Brakes late, side by side. These two are going, both Alphas are going neck to neck. The further back Codes is going for moves to move an Axa, but Josh is going to defend again for P5 at the moment. As Codes into P9 now. It's a great recovery drive for the Haas driver. And he's just determined to get as far as he can out there. He's got Jet ahead of him next. But the big battle now is obviously Nazy's pulling away from Josh Unknown after overtaking him. Now Ken is the big one he needs to get past. And he won't get it done here, but he might get it done on the backstretch. And further ahead, FRM is all over Liam for P2 now. He might get him in the DRS. Yellow flag, Cox. He's out of the session. Is that going to trigger anything? Safety car out! That's just completely shut the race up yet again. Liam spared from the attack from F1. But the big question is what is everyone going to do now? Are they going to gamble a pit stop? Or will they think it is? Because Taz might be able to pit and hold his position. Okay, sorry. Right, so Taz, I feel has to pit because he will actually gain a lot from this. He'll have new tyres to the end, and he won't lose as much time as everyone else will. But we'll have to wait and see what he does as Taz comes around the last two corners now. Is Taz going to pit here? And yes, he is. He keeps it in the white line, and Taz is probably going for mediums to the end of the race now. Now the question is everyone else going to be react to Taz? Liam thinks about it. Yes, he does. F1 does not pit. F1 is up to 4 lap fresher, so he's going to the end. Taz is ready for stops. That's really good. Nears it. Josh. Jet. Oh, starting to pit now. Codes is not pit since his tyres are only 6 lap old. But the big question is, Taz has gone for softs to the end of the race. And how is that going? Nace and Josh also. So this is going to shake up the grid yet again. FRM now leads the way in the Ferrari. And it's a Ferrari engine top 3. Okay, so a lot of tyre changes. You got mediums and softs. As Liam has jumped into P6, Taz is P4. This is going to be a great restart for him if he can get this good. But he's got his championship rival, one of his key battlers this season, Corns, right behind. Corns has the freshest mediums, everyone in the top top 5, sorry. So this could be beneficial because Corns feels like he can definitely make it to the end. I feel like the softs will go to the end if we have another lap of safety car. Well, they will, just the stint will be dead. But pardon me, this is not over yet, everyone. Because FRM, you've seen his pace today. He could run away with this if Taz gets stuck behind these guys. Corns is another one. He's been absolutely electric since he lost them out on the pit stop. He is the fastest car on track. That's how close it is. The fastest laps right now. FRM is only half a tenth behind. Alright, so let's say we've got probably, I feel like we'll have one more lap of safety car because the cars aren't that far behind. Oh, I can't believe how crazy this race has been. As proven, Singapore always brings a bit of spice to the action. This race has been absolute electric. Please like, subscribe, because this race has been ecstatic. And remember, this is Corns is the only champion on the championship because we don't know what's going on with Cameron. Cameron could be retiring as the rumours could be going. So Corns could win the championship if he wins the last 3 rounds, if I'm correctly. Quickly get the standards up. As much as we have got, cars are pinned. So yeah, I think we'll definitely have one more lap of safety car. It's a double stack for Mercedes. Wow, that's so they feel like it's going to the end. So yes, if Corns can win, if he can get on the podium every race with 2 wins and then something else, he can take the championship away if Cameron does not want to race anymore. Which would be huge for the Portuguese driver. He was F3 champion last season. Could he take a surprising title? Everyone else is unfortunately not going to get near this. But the big battle is, because Taz and the big question is, can Ken catch up to Axel in the points? Ken's nearly is 41 points behind, but with the look that Ken's at right now, he could deficit that massively. I remember the top 8 get guaranteed seats for next season and F1 2022. The calendar's already been released, so everyone should be able to see what track there is. We do have the new track Miami included, and then we have the sprint races also included. If you want to join, just leave a message and someone will get to you and let you know how to join the Discord. And we should get going at the end of this lap. As there it is, we have a 7-lap shootout to the end of the race. We have a lot of soft runners, a lot of medium runners, and fresh and old. But who is going to benefit the most? Are we going to see another victory by Taz or Corns? Are we going to see a new victor in F1? Of FRM, Ken, Stinos? Is someone going to surprise and put on the podium today, remember? Since the penalties I will not show, but remember you can see them right now on who's got penalties. But we'll have to wait and see when the restart or FRM will be done. Safety car is just ahead of him there, entering the pit lane. He has to wait till that gets in the pit lane before he can do a restart. And he's waiting to go. And he's going. He's left Ken in the dust. What a restart by FRM. He leads by nearly 8 tenths. And look at Taz. He's already side by side Stinos. And Stinos gets the door shut. Taz is already into P3. FRM needs to sprint like hell. Ken's trying to battle him off. Taz has got the outside line now. And Kenny's going to go round the outside and further back. Corns gets past. Corns is not letting this podium get away. Nathan and Liam are side by side here. Liam loses position. He's going to try to get the slipstream back at him. Is he going to lay the brakes? Liam does not think about that. Nails it into P6. Taz is on an absolute mission here today. Forget this win here. And the podium is not guaranteed yet, remember. The penalty still will be played to the end. I will not show any of them now. And here comes Niz. Is he going to look for a move on Stinos? He backs out of the move. Further back, Axa. Remember, he was on the horse. He's now got the best tyre. Most of the guys ahead of him. Now, can he make this pace get out of it? And he goes for a late move on Josh! Side by side of the head, but he can't do it. But he might lose momentum. Here comes Loki to the inside. And Loki's going to look for a move. Oh, but Squeeze has to take the curve in. And Josh is going to... And Loki and Axa side by side here. The big battle there with Taz. Oh, contact between Axa and Loki. Axa gets the move though. But meanwhile ahead, Taz is all over FRM now. It's 1 lap all versus 11 lap alls. Taz could take the lead in the race here on this lap. Which could be huge. To make himself promote himself into the guaranteed team, into P2 he goes, and into the lead he goes. FRM could not defend them. Obviously, fresh tyres against 11 lap old mediums. FRM put a valiant challenge, but could be on for a podium today. But now, the big question is, what is Ken gonna do? Can he hold off the charging Portuguese driver off corns? And further behind, you got Stinos. Naze is flying on these softs right now also. We have no DRS until next lap. So, the other question is, will Taz be able to keep his tyres alive? Because the softs die off very quickly, remember, here at Singapore. Can he keep them alive enough to keep ahead of the guys behind them? Remember, he has a penalty over his name right now, so he could actually lose this victory today with that penalty. And he's pulling 3 attempts, 4 attempts away from FRM. He is on a mission to build that gap back up. And FRM just can't keep up to the Alpha Tower. He was absolutely flying. And Collins can't keep up to Ken also, so Collins could actually not be on the podium today after a stellar drive. As you got loads of battles behind. Axa's now got a penalty club now. As a lot of queues, as a queue building by Stinos. He's got all these cars on softs and 1 pair of mediums behind them. This is going to be so entertaining to the end of the race. We've got so many cars to position here. Liam's... Oh, Josh unknown! Josh has crashed out! Is that going to bring anything out? It is! Another safety car! Josh has had a huge crash! And oh my god! Josh Arnold's retired, and that's just brought the safety car out. That is not what Taz did not want to see that after he's pulled a gap. Oh my god, what a horrific crash for Josh. Oh wow. We have now got another safety car with 6 laps to go. As it looks like Jet is going to pick from new softs here. But now, I'm curious what the guys are going to do now. Because some of these guys might pit for softs. And I feel like FRM, Ken, they might pit. Oh, wow. So this race is not over yet. So Taz, I don't think wanted to see that because his softs are going to be... He can send his softs. But the question is, will it be long enough? And what are the guys going to do behind him? Are they going to pit? Are they going to stay out? Because I feel like one of these guys is definitely going to pit. I feel like it. But I don't know who. Maxro, I am not showing the penalties to the end of the race because I'm not spoiling anything. So that's why they are staying like that. Alright, let's see. What is Taz going to do? Taz is definitely going to stay out. FRM is pitting. Ken's not though. That's a bold strategy by FRM. Nazier pits and... Oh, hello Maxro. Low-key pits. A lot of the guys are pitted, are going for softs at the end. The big one, FRM, one of the big top Big three here today. Pit softs now. What would his pace be like on these now? He'd be in P9 on exit. And I feel like we'll have 2 laps of safety car as well. Yeah, we're gonna have no DRS. This is gonna go down to the wire. Oh boy. Alright, so I feel like with how far Jet is, we're gonna have literally all the way to lap 29 of safety car. Because Jet is half a track behind these guys, and he will not catch them, I feel like, in a lap and a half. But the big strategy is now, FRM, what can he do on the fresh softs? His pace has been electric on the mediums. As he's the second fastest car on track, Cole still holds that. Taz is now fastest car on track with the new softs, remember? But can FRM take that point back towards Ferrari? Just like in real life. Ugh, this race, just leave your comments in who do you think's going to be on the podium, because this, I don't know where anyone's going to finish now. Because the podium is anyone's game now. Any one of these guys in the top 11. Jet actually might catch up next lap, so we might be able to get going on lap 29. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so this is literally, the grid is going to go, it's going to be literally 10 cars battling for the podium. Because Taz might have an advantage at the start, but is he going to be able to hold it? The mediums will feel a bit better, because obviously how worn they are compared to the guys ahead. But the big question is, who is being on the podium? Who's going to win a race? Who's going to finish P2 or 3? Remember, no DRS. I feel like we're going to have no DRS to the end of the race. The safety car is going to be ending in at the end of this lap now, with Jet catching up. This race is going to go down to the wire. 2 laps, shootout, no safety, no DRS, straight line speed. That's all we're going to have here. So I have no idea who's going to be on the podium, who's going to win the race. Who's going to get fastest lap? I don't know any of these right now. As we'll get the fastest laps up again. That shows the difference on new softs. But the question is, obviously, you've got loads of guys like FRM, Loki, Nazi, all Jet, all went for new softs here, so they could actually explode their pace here in one lap. With no DRS, FRM is managed to set his fastest lap, remember. Now, it's going to be the big question is to see who is going to come out victorious here at Singapore. The track always produces something, as I've said, and look what it's done. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout. Safety car is going to be in this lap. We are going to have 3 laps more to go. Taz is now going to start one at a time. Let the safety car get ahead of him, so he's going to probably go for an early launch, I feel like, with the gap he's building already. Now, it's going to be a question is, how are the mediums in the top, second, third, and fourth going to do? They're going to have warm intermediates. Liam could profit from this and take a podium. If he can get past Stinos and catch up to the 2 ahead of him. Because with Coles and Ken's pace, it's going to be a big ask for Liam. But you never know what's going to happen here. Safety car is at the pit lane entry now. Taz still has time to wait. And he can't go yet because the safety car is not there yet. And Taz can't go yet, the safety car's not in, and Taz jumps on the exit there. No, he can't go! Axel's got a 5-second penalty! What happened to Axel there? And now it's going to be 3 wide, 4 right! Oh my god, it's F1! Oh, Tino in contact. It's absolute mayhem in the midfield. And F1 is into P6 already on the new softs. Loki gets past. Enzo's trying to go on the and on the outside. Enzo's been gutsy with his moves today. And oh, it's not good. Look at F1, he's already up to Liam. Further ahead, Ken and Coles are side by side. F1 into P5, Coles to P2. Look at Stellos, who's lurking behind Ken. This is not good. F1's on the softs, remember. Nathan gets past Sniper on the outside, but he's getting blocked by Liam. Contact with the Sniper. Liam defends his move. Oh my Jesus Christ, this is going to end. Look at this battle for the podium. We've got 5 cars who could take the podium. Taz is just trying to build his gap up. He knows he needs to build it. Nathan gets the move on Liam done. He's flying on the softs. And Loki's and Sniper are going to try and follow. Sniper's going to lay the brakes. Oh, we thought about it. But Loki's going to come flying to the outside. And Loki gets it. What a move for the British driver. But look at F1. He's snaking all over Ken. Thinks about the move there. Backs out of it. Taz has got a 2-second gap now. Coles just needs to cement this. His tyres are going to be slightly worn. Taz's tyres are going to start dropping off. Oh my word. 2 seconds. We've got another 2 laps to go. FRM is all over Ken. He's going to the inside line. And FRM's into the podium. But he's got a penalty. That may just cost him his podium today. Oh my word. But FRM is not done yet. Coles is the next car ahead. Nathan gets past Coutinho. This guy is flying today in the Alpine. He's got Stinos ahead of him. Sniper gets past Liam, who's struggling. Unless he got rear wing damage from that contact with Axa, apparently. Oh, this is... Oh, Jesus Christ. This is absolutely chaos. But now, look at the gap. Taz is not able to make a gap here. Coles' tyres are much better now, it looks like. Taz is struggling slightly to build the gap up again. Could this be the defining factor? And who's going to win this race? F4M's all over Coles. Coles knows he needs to keep this guy behind him, or if he gets ahead, he will slow him down. But you're going to have DRS on the final lap here. This is going to be one lap of hit hell for these drivers. Nace is all over Stinos now, who's struggling his mediums. But the gap's still not extended between the top 2. It's still 1.8. Could Cohen take an unlikely victory from what happened during the pit stops? As it comes to the line, Taz only has 1.6. His tyres have definitely died off. Cohen is 1.5. And FRM is pitting. DRS is nil. What is FRM doing? And he's... Oh, I don't know what he's doing, but alright. Ken now takes the podium. He retires from the session. Stinos is now on to P4. Nace is in P5. But can he get a podium? Oh, he takes the inside. Nace is into P4. Can he take a surprise podium away from Glenn? He won't have DRS here, but he'll be under attack by a DRS Stinos. FRM leaves the session to my surprise. I don't know what he was doing, but he's left the session. Nays it now. Can catch, if he can catch Ken, he can take a net P3. And look at the gap at the front. Coles is 1.2 behind Taz. Taz is struggling on his tyres. And oh my word, Taz's tyres have definitely died off the cliff. And look at the difference between mediums. Sniper gets past Jet on the outside, all bit of contact. And Sniper's Jet gonna link the move. Whoa, Sniper gets the move done. But now Naze's got 1 DRS. Can he get anywhere near Ken? I don't think it's gonna be hard enough. But the race victor is gonna go down the wire. Oh, she's out! Jet and Sniper spun out. And there's Liam who's gonna take points, it looks like. From out of nowhere. But we go back to the front of the group. Taz has just got a few corners to go. His gap has dropped massively. But it looks like he will win on the field. But literally, with that penalty he got for track limits, I don't think it's going to matter. Codes is going to win a race and go for the championship now. Taz goes the line, but Codes wins it. And the podium goes to Ken. Ken snatches P2. And Taz is P3 only! Incredible stuff to finish the race! Sniper gets P8. Liam as Jet spins out, is not going to finish! Jet's not going to cross the line! His car is stopped right in front! So Axa is going to take a point from nowhere! Like, wow, what a race! As Axel's going to cross the line now. Jet did not cross the line and does take the last points. Oh my word. What a way to end the Singapore race. Coens wins the race. Watino somehow gets driver of the day. Oh, Jesus Christ. What an absolutely ecstatic race here today. That was unpredictable across the board. But that has allowed Coens to be back in the championship. He needs to win the next 2 races and hope that Cameron's not going to race. Because he could take the championship away from him. Oh, wow. Oh wow, what a drive, but wow, so many drivers today, great drive. Coens, after losing out on the pit strategy. Yeah, but wow, but Ken gets P2, another podium to his name. Taz gets P3, unfortunately with that penalty. Naze gets P4. And then Stinos, Watinio, Loki, Liam, Sniper, Axa, Jet just misses out on a point today. FRM, Josh, Kappa Cups, Tim, Wagenor, the Pole Sitter, Pitmax, Balzoli, and Banshee. Like, oh wow. The fact that Naze, Enzo, is an F2 reserve, he is not an F2 reserve anymore. Because that race, he managed to get a P4. Wow, that's astounding. Oh wow, but what a race to end the Singapore Grand Prix. We've now got, next week is Imola, and the finale is a Monza. Wow, what a bloody race that was. Oh wow, what a race to finish that off. Alright, I'm going to try and get the guys into a chat, but I feel like not everyone's going to join. Especially one guy who, I think Taz will join after losing that race from the safety car restart. I'll get Coens and Ken in. I know those two. I'll invite him just in case he wants to join. But I completely understand if he does not want to talk. But let's get these added on. Alright, so they are now added. Just wait for them to join, I guess. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, let's wait for everyone to join, and hopefully if they don't, it's fair day if they don't want to, but I completely understand, obviously, if needs be. That shocks me. I'm just gonna say this. One of the drivers just left. I will not say the name, but quite quite surprised that driver just left, but alright. Oh, hello, here's one guy. Oh, it's Mr. Ken.
Hello.
Well, how did you feel about that race, I guess, Ken?
It was pretty exciting. I was thinking about maybe win, but no, Cons was just too fast.
Yeah, it's a factor, but that restart at the end was so, like, just absolute chaos.
Yeah, like, so Liam said that safety cars that have to be controlled because he lost his front wing because two guys in front of him locked up and he lost his front wing, so that's a message for him.
Okay, but I'm gonna say, have you noticed that a driver just left?
Yeah, but...
No, but that was a great result by you, Ken, obviously, but it was unfortunate because you and Liam could have been on for a double podium today.
Yeah, it sucks because... Yeah, could have been double podium and maybe a little bit closer for P3 in constructors, but...
Yeah, but that's opened the door, if you haven't noticed, for Coens, because Cameron might not race in the next two races.
Yeah.
So if Coens wins and gets maybe a P2 in Monza, he could actually win it.
Okay. Do you know what's the point difference right now?
Between the two of them?
Yeah.
2 seconds, I think I don't know if Tina's updated it right now. But all I know is it was 70... Oh yeah, he's updated it. 57 points. Oh no, he hasn't. That's before the update. So yeah, Coens could actually win this if he gets 2 more podiums.
Yeah.
But obviously, I guess you're the only one who's going to join, Ken. So how did you feel about today's race at qualifying for the wet?
Yeah, at qualifying, like my first lap was valid, and then my second and third run was pretty bad. I made lots of mistakes, and then my 2 last runs were pretty okay. P7 might have been able to get P6, but you know, it's still pretty good.
I've just noticed what Liam just said. He's reported Codes and Taz.
Oh.
But other than that...
Yeah, and what about the race? So I think pretty good start. Then I think FMR team, JC and Banzoy were 3 wide in the first corner, and Banzoy spun out, so that was 1 position, and JC and I think Frankie were battling, and Frankie was in the wall, so I got another position, and yeah, the safety car was a little bit tricky because I was wondering if I want to go like pit on mediums or hards, but I stayed out, and I think it was pretty good decision. And after that, I saw FMR team pitting, and I stayed 1 more lap. I think I should pit at the same time, but still. And then I was chasing everyone. I overtake Loki, AC. Nearly overtook Josh, but it was pretty good battling at the last sector. Then another safety car came out, and yeah, that was, I think, pretty good. And I was wondering because people around me had penalties, so maybe it was possible.
Yeah, it's because I noticed that a lot of the guys in the top 10 had penalties. This is going to change so much.
Yeah, and yeah, then there was another safety car. It didn't really affect me, or FMR team pitted, so I was P2 again. And yeah, at the restart, I think Cones hit me at the back.
Speak of the devil. Go on, continue, Ken.
Yeah, and I think at the second, your straight Cones was all over me, and I did battle him a little bit, but then yeah, there was not point for battle him, and I let him go. And
like, bye.
Yeah, exactly. And that guy who was behind me, that Alfin, I was a little bit worried that he will get that last podium position for me, but yeah, I kept P3, and I think 42 milliseconds I beat Tacy and got P2. So
yeah, you got it by 32 thousandths.
yeah, that was amazing. But yeah, GG to Collins. That was nice driving.
Yeah, obviously that's another podium for you again, Ken, when you debut season at F1.
Yeah, this is pretty good result. If you,
And
yeah, I should have.
I think this podium guarantees that you should be in next season for F1 season.
Yeah, but yeah, this podium was pretty good because last week wasn't so ideal. But yeah.
No, but it's a good result by you, Ken, again today. You never know what can be reported. But I'm going to guess Taz won't be joining, so I guess we can move on to Collins, who recovered after missing the pit stop. Because did you lock up, or did you just completely misjudge your moments?
Nah, I mean, the conditions were terrible, and I usually pit when Inters are overheating, and they started to overheat in the second sector, but in the last sector, that technical sector, I had my Inters on 80 degrees, so I thought maybe it's still for Inters, and I exited, and then I was about to enter, then I left, and then I thought, okay, I should have entered, but I can't cross the line now. So
yeah, I'm thankful because I cut to your POV, so if you did, you would have got a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I stayed out. I missed the corner, the last corner. Lost I think 3 or 4 seconds to Leroy that was behind. I mean, it was a mess. I should have entered in that lap. It was a real mess. And yeah, when I pitted, I went to 12th position or 11th position, and I thought, okay, my race is over. Even with a safety car, Leroy will pit to softs, and everybody ahead will pit softs, and I won't stay with them. But yeah, the safety car came. I tried to not to stop and gain the track position, and I don't know, the softs for the guys behind me weren't working because they couldn't overtake the guys on the mediums, and yeah, Leroy, I don't know what happened with him in the last laps. I thought he could still get away with those 3 seconds penalty, but he couldn't. He was losing a lot of pace.
Yeah, I know. So you just claw on the gap guy, and I knew the softs are going to die off.
Yeah, but my mediums were about 60% also, so 50 plus, so they weren't new as well. But yeah, the softs, I mean, new softs last for laps, and then they really started to lose performance. So I don't know, maybe it was that, maybe he had some front wing damage, or maybe he will get those 3 seconds penalties off, and he was just managing and getting the car to the end. I don't know.
Well, obviously that's over the championship because we don't know if Cameron's actually going to race the next 2 races, so Collins is only 37 points behind him now.
30.
It's 30. It's 32 actually. Sorry, I meant 32.
32.
Yeah. So if you get 2 podiums, you've literally sealed it.
Yeah, if I was being honest in last week when I was here that for me to get a chance, Cameron would have to retire from the season. But
I think he's actually has because he's done what Drake did last season and went to PC.
Okay.
So it looks like next season we might have more challenges this season. I never know. Ken, you could be a championship contender again.
At F1.
Yes.
I don't think so.
You never know, Ken. But
yeah.
But obviously, Collins, your start was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. It was really good. Gaining a position there and trying to overtake Wagener as well. But I was also being cautious and try not to take him in the first corner. I had the interior, but yeah, I was. After overtook one guy, I thought, okay, this is not bad. And then I took it too cautious, I think, in the first corner. But yeah, it was really important to be in second place there. it's always different, and it was raining out, so overtook the first car is always easier when you are not in the DRS train. So it was an amazing start.
Yeah, but obviously, you'll start the fact you nearly took the lead from P3. I don't think, oh, this is gonna be Max Verstappen. Oh no. But no,
Wagner there. I think it was that bug with the safety car. I think he tried to accelerate too early, and then it cut the power and then released again.
I think that's what happened to Taz in the last restart, because he went to fourth, but then he shifted down to third, and he was redlining the car. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
You've been reported.
Yeah, but it was really hard, and I tried to not to crash with him. I managed to I can say what? I don't know, pass through him without crashing. So
yeah, but obviously
I've been reported. Yeah.
But Singapore is a track. Well, Singapore is always a track that produces something, and obviously today it's produced an absolutely incredible race.
Yeah, it's always great because the walls are really close, not a track with too much grip, and,
especially in the wet.
Yeah, I mean, the quality was awful. I mean, I didn't practice rain today. I didn't have too much time to practice, and I didn't practice rain. When I got into the quali, it was awful. I mean, it looked like I had a full tank in a 100% race. It was that awful without any grip. It was really hard.
Yeah, but obviously it was a great race to watch, and the commentary is it's just obviously really ecstatic to watch, as Cameron is talking in F1 chat, and I feel like this could be what he's saying if he's going to race or not.
Wow.
But what did you think about Enzo, who's an F2 reserve, but now is an F1 full time?
I mean, every guy from F2. Even F3. I mean, I was in F3 last season.
All I'm going to say, Codes, he cannot race anymore.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, because his wheel will not connect with the PSN now, so... Yeah, so this championship is now up for grabs. No pressure.
I mean, obviously it's a good news, but I also like to race against Cameron, so that's news on that behalf. So
yeah, but I think that's everything wrapped up today. Unless you want to ask each other something.
No, just GG to Cam. He did an amazing race.
Yeah, GG to you also.
Well, I guess we can wrap it up. Obviously, next week we're Imola. So how did you feel about that?
Good track. Tricky but good, I think, and a good overtaking spot, so I think it will be a great race.
And what about you, Ken?
It's a nice track, but I'm pretty bad at it. Like in that, I think I think Aqua Minerale, that's like my weak point, and that chicken after that. That's
just don't do Leclerc.
Yeah, I try. Well, I don't have Ferrari seat, so maybe that helps a little bit.
Yeah, well. But congrats to you still on your podium today, obviously, and then we'll see you next week in Imola. So I guess this is goodbye from me, obviously, because it's just me today, because we've seen you won the race. So goodbye and have a nice